In 2020, despite the pandemic, we saw double-digit appreciation in home values, not only in the Atlanta area, but across the country. And so people are starting to wonder, are we in a housing bubble? Well, in today's Coffee with Connie, I'm going to share with you 3 reasons why we are definitely not in a bubble. So grab your favorite cup of coffee and join me for today's Coffee with Connie. So with this increase in home prices, it does have some people concerned that we might be in a housing bubble. So today I'm going to just share with you 3 reasons why I definitely don't think that's the case. And I'm going to go through this pretty quickly, so if you want the details and the charts and where I'm getting this information, please click on one of the links. I've got links up or down depending on how you're seeing this video, but please click on that link. It'll take you to our blog post where we have all the details of where we came up with this information. Hey, and before you leave, make sure you subscribe if you're on YouTube or like if you're on Facebook so you don't miss any of our content. When it comes to home values, it is very much determined on supply and demand. And we are currently in a very low inventory situation. And what I mean by that is anything less than 6 months is considered a seller's market. And for the last few years, we have in Atlanta been below 6 months. In fact, right now, we're at an historic low in Atlanta of 1.6 months of inventory. And when I checked the other day in Cobb County, it was 0.9 months. And compare that to what was happening before the Great Recession about a decade ago, when the inventory levels were going from, I think they started at 5 months nationally, they were all the way up to 11 months of inventory in 2008, and yet prices were still going up. We are not seeing that in 2021. Remember, when supply is low and demand is high, prices will keep going up. This time, demand is real. Back a decade ago, there was this market exuberance. People were just so optimistic. They thought prices were going to just keep going up and that they could just keep buying and buying. And really, the mortgage industry was feeding that. And they were giving out loans to people that probably wouldn't qualify today for the loan, making money very easy to get and very easy for people to keep buying and getting on that bandwagon. In the current real estate market, the demand is real. It's not fabricated. First of all, the millennials, which is our largest generation right now, are marrying and having children, which is causing the demand for housing in that group to go up. The healthcare crisis has also changed the way people are thinking about their home, and it's causing some people to say, hey, you know, I don't have to drive into the office every day. Maybe we can move out further, or maybe we could get a second home, or maybe we need more bedrooms because we're both working from home, which is creating more demand for housing as people shuffle what they're looking for. And then last but not least, we've got these really record low interest rates that is also driving buyer demand. So remember, when supply is low and demand is high, what goes on with prices? They go up. Unlike a decade ago, when not only purchasers were caught up in that frenzy of home buying, but so were homeowners. And they were using their home like an ATM machine. And between, 2005 and 2007, hundreds of billions of dollars were lent out in equity loans for homeowners. So then, as soon as the prices started to drop, they were in an upside down position, and many of them defaulted, which created this avalanche of foreclosures. Today, banks and Americans have learned from their lesson, and the cash out refis are down substantially from where they were a decade ago. This conservative approach has created equity levels like we've never seen before. When you look at it, over 56% of homeowners have more than 50% equity in their home. So this is substantially better than the position we were in a decade ago. Here's the bottom line. We are currently at historically low inventory levels, and the demand is real. It's not fabricated. And even if prices did go down a little bit, our homeowners are not in a situation where they're going to have to default to leave. So based on all of the research that we've done, we believe we are not in a housing bubble. So thanks for watching this edition of Coffee with Connie. And of course, If you're looking to sell, this is a great time to sell. So give us a call. We have plenty of buyers looking, and they might be looking for just what you have. Thanks for watching.